Well, good morning, YouTube. Today I'm going to get a nice tour of Jax Austin's rig, and him and I were missing each other around the Pacific Northwest last spring, but finally, Schoolie Palooza. All kinds of great people show up here, but let's take a look inside. I'll let you go. I mean, I'll do an intro outside.
Okay, cool. Well, hello everyone. My name is Jax Austin, and this is Dan the Adventure Bus. I guess we'll start with some brief stats first.
Sure.
The bus is a 2003 E 450 Super Duty, which is a Ford, and I have the 7.3 Power Stroke diesel engine in it. And that was actually one of the reasons I went with a school bus over an RV, to be completely honest with you.
Right.
I didn't want a gas engine. And this one actually I picked up with only 103,000 miles on it.
Nice.
So, you know, being 13 years old, only 100,000 miles, you know, you can do the math. That's, I don't know,
Not
but
bad.
8,000 miles a year or something like that. It's not a lot. So scooped it up for $5,500, which I thought was a pretty screaming deal, you know, considering the mileage, and it came with AC. However,
Yeah.
I learned that the AC didn't work, and that was very expensive.
Yeah.
And it cost me about $2,500 to fix, and I'm a little bit bitter about it.
I can understand.
I could have spent that $2,500 on 2 electric skateboards instead of my air conditioning, which was promised, you know, to work. So,
Right.
But that's water under the bridge. I'm very, very satisfied with the bus. I opted for a 5-window dually, and with no handicap door. I just like the continuity of the clean look.
Right.
And a little bit better insulation, I thought. You know, less air gaps and things like that. And
Right. Now
so-
you left the original ceiling. Or?
I did. I left the original ceiling, and I added just a hint of chalkboard paint. So that was originally I wanted a wood ceiling. But I wasn't so skilled when I first started this. I know I could do it now, and you know, a couple different people who helped me. I had 2 different people help me with the build, and didn't do it with the first guy, and then the second guy was kind of running low on time and stuff, and I was anxious to hit the road, so we just kind of skipped it. And I don't know. I was like, well, what if I do chalkboard?
Right.
I just didn't like that white look. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but for me, I didn't want a white ceiling. I felt like it didn't fit with all the reclaimed wood and stuff like that. Also, I like to sleep in, so having a nice bright ceiling would for sure, you know, make me wake up a little bit earlier. And yeah, I like to sleep in. So, yeah. So I guess from the ceiling down, bless you. This is a little cedar tongue and groove, and then I forget what it was, 1x1s or 2x2s. On the other side, and I just have one there, and I have one there, and then I hid a bunch of wires for the back, you know, lights and everything like that. Then I hit it with a propane torch to kind of pop the colors a little bit.
Right.
And then I added some copper pipe for the curtain rods. These are blackout curtains, even though they're white, they're okay. And for the to mount it, I just use the end caps. So has a very clean copper look to it.
Right.
And
And blackout curtains, sleeping in, works together.
pretty well, yeah. I would say for
I used
the
to
most
work
part.
graveyard shift. I love these things.
Me too, kind of. I bartended for a long time, and I was up sometimes till I closed at 2, and sometimes wouldn't even fall asleep till the next morning, 7 o'clock sometimes. So
Sure.
I was sleep deprived for many years, and I really appreciate my sleep. And I actually got some fantastic sleep last night.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I also have LEDs behind the wood here, so it's a nice indirect lighting look. I will turn them on for you.
Yep.
So they change color and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
You know, nice little addition.
My little remote broke. Flip just didn't work.
Interesting.
That's why I wired in the knife switches.
Oh, those are fun. I like those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more of a mad scientist kind of feel. So.
Great look.
Yeah.
Very, very steampunky.
Yeah.
So I guess we could start with the kitchen area. As you can see, this is my sink, and I don't really use it as a regular sink. I think if I did this over, I'd like to do a burner and sink combo. It's a really clean stainless steel brand. I forget which one, but it's nice. It's just a little, hand pump thing. There's just water jugs underneath. Yeah. This right here used to be a 16-foot barn rafter, and we sourced all this stuff at a reclaimed wood store. There are such things that do exist.
Right.
Should we wait for the noise to go by a little bit?
If you're running into town.
Okay. We also have, here's a little sneak peek into the water system there. This is just a pool hose, little down pipe the water, and then some food and stuff like that, dry storage. Over here, fridge and freezer, just hardware store, fridge and freezer, nothing fancy. I do wish I had the DC, fridge.
Right.
But air conditioning took all that money.
Yeah.
So, just upgraded blender. So I got a badass blender over here. Over here, this is what I call the dump trunk. This is where all the magic happens. There's a porta potty curve inside the toilet, so it just kind of hangs out. It's more for emergency use only.
Right.
Otherwise, I've been enjoying the great outdoors, and water bottles. The Arrowhead ones are pretty nice to have a wide mouth on them.
Yep.
So back here we have a memory foam mattress, which is very, very awesome for a previously sleep-deprived person.
Yeah.
I really appreciate how well I sleep on this thing, so that's fun. Down below, we just have a little storage. Let's see. So it's just a regular plastic bin. Keep some shoes over there. Sleeping bag when it gets cold. I don't have a heater. No little buddy or anything. No furnace. So when it gets cold, that's my heater.
Yeah.
Over here, more reclaimed wood. Apparently this is from the 1890s. I don't actually know. And then on inside here, I have everything nice and organized with some little cheap IKEA organizers.
Right.
It worked out really great. Really happy. And I just organized everything on the 1st of January, so that was my New Year's.
Yeah.
What do they call them? New Year's. What do they call them? Resolution. Yes, I kept to that one. Over here we have Claire. And then down below, it's going to be kind of hard to see, but this is where all the power is. So down below, we have two 300 amp 6 volts, and we doubled the voltage, so it's 300 amp hours of 12 volts.
Right.
Along with a 2000 watt inverter. And then in the back, you also can't see, it's a really cool device. It's a battery combiner. So it goes from positive on the vehicle battery to positive here, and then I get a 50 amp charge when I'm driving.
Right.
So that's really awesome. And then over here we got the solar charge controller, on-off switch for the inverter, which turns the whole system off. And then this little Bluetooth device, which is super cool. It basically tells you how much energy you have. So right now I'm minus 63.5 amp hours from full, and it's 84.8% charged, which is really nice. If I had the system to begin with, and if I had more experience to begin with, I wouldn't have ruined a $700 Lifeline 8D 255 amp hour battery after 1 year.
Yeah.
That was an expensive mistake. So if you guys can learn from my mistakes, please do not let your batteries go below 12.2 if they're AGMs.
Yep.
So, or 50% capacity, but you'll never know that.
Does yours, if it gets, can you set yours to shut off at a certain point?
There's an alarm. It can go off. I don't.
Yeah, because mine will shut the system right down if the voltage gets to 11.9.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that.
And then it won't start back up again until I get 12.1.
Well, they call it a smart battery monitor, so if it's that smart, hopefully it would, right? So, yeah, and then we just added some decorations, the other day. This is like a kind of nice thing to live by. Enjoy the journey. This is Dan the Adventure Bus. And then over here we have a nice little library. Lots of Hot Springs books. I do like to take a...
Which is why I was trying to catch up to you in Oregon, because I'm like, I know there's hot springs around, but I can't find them. I watch your videos
Yeah.
and like,
So I do have one for the Pacific Northwest. I would highly recommend that one because I think it hits a little bit of Canada and then does Washington, Oregon, maybe even Northern California, and maybe Idaho. So there's a lot of action over there.
yeah, I never
So-
found any.
Yeah. So
But I found some really nice spots anyway. So
yeah, there's great spots. So the floors, last but not least, these are reclaimed hardwoods from the Northeast. I don't know what species they are. They do have, wormholes and saw blade marks and everything like that, and a difference of coloration. And on bus number 2, I don't think I will do hardwood floors. I think something a bit more waterproof would be the smartest thing to do. I like
Yeah.
your system with the mats. It's also soft
right,
and replaceable.
yeah, they're nice on the feet.
Yeah, these, it's hard to get on your, to be on your knees if you're searching
Yep.
for something or whatnot.
The
It does-
downside is I had a leak. Water got underneath them, and I didn't notice for a while. And all of a sudden, stepped on a crack and went, "Oh, it's wet. Why?" And I pulled it up, and there's a great big puddle.
Yeah.
Where's the leak coming from? And it took me a while to find that one.
Yeah, but the good thing is you can just take
I
them
can
out.
pull it up, yeah.
Yeah, and then dry it out and stuff.
Take them
This-
outside, hose them off, and bring them back.
That would be a lot of work to do that to these. So yeah, and then got my skateboard in the front. These are a new addition as well. Little succulents which are going on the little garden terrace on the entryway. And then up top for solar, I have 320 watts of AM solar. Good company. And then I'm gonna
12,
be
12 volt.
12 volt. Mhm.
Okay.
And then I'll be installing a max fan right here. And then I have AstroTurf instead of a deck. And 2 reasons. 1, I didn't know how to make my own deck. And number 2, it was a heck of a lot cheaper to just put a piece of $80 AstroTurf. It was like an end of the roll deal at some turf place. They were
Right.
happy to get rid of it. I was happy to buy it. And then just use some construction adhesive.
Yeah.
And that's it. So, oh, I should show you the outside shower too. 'Cause that thing. When I have kids on there, this right here is a gift from the solar guys, a little eject button. So it's fun, like when there's kids on the bus, and they're like, oh wow, I want to see the bus. Wow, what's this button? Oh, don't press that button. That's the eject button. You'll go flying out of the seat. I haven't had one kid hit the button yet.
All right.
Okay, so I know it's gonna be a little windy, so we'll make this quick. One of my favorite additions to the bus has been an outside heated shower. The only problem is that when it's windy like this, it blows out the pilot light, and which blows out the whole thing. And so then it goes from hot, cold to hot, cold to hot, cold. So I'm trying to plan showers around the wind now.
Or you start the water and you stand over here.
Yeah, exactly. So you just have to cover like these parts. So I'll just kind of point at some things. I have a 46-gallon water tank. That's just an RV tank I got off of eBay for like $86. Pretty great deal.
Yeah.
And then I have a little SureFlow pump here. And then I have a little switch I installed next to it. And yeah, then we just have this, this little heater here. It seems to work great so far. And just got myself a regular shower head. And I think it's pretty awesome. You just kind of set it up like so. Hit the button. Water's probably gonna, go on the bus or all over the place for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, but otherwise, stuff works fantastic. No complaints.
Right.
Other than the wind, but I can handle that.
Yeah.
No big deal.
I've been toying with the idea of getting something like that, especially on days like this, because bright sun, solar, it's warming it up, but it's cooling it off just as fast. So if I
Yeah.
take a shower tonight to get this dust off, it's going to be an invigorating shower.
Yeah, next time it would be nice to have one inside the bus, but
Yeah.
for now it works.
Well, like I said, if you get a bigger bus the next time,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
so.
Cool.
But here's some information about Jax, and please enjoy his channels as much as I do.
Well, thanks.